Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it was around 2019 when I first came across the concept of 12 week a year, but it was not recently until I read the book by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington that I actually knew what was the concept and how to actually implement them to get the desired results. So basically, in a nutshell, it's executing 4 times more in a year and getting 4 times more the results. So what are the core principles and how do we actually go about it? Without further ado, let's dive into the video. So the core concept of this book is called execution. Execution is the key to everything when it comes to 12 week a year, because you don't have a lot of time to waste and still hold on to your goals or your key result areas. And another thing that this author talks about is dumping that old annualized thinking. Annualized thinking means still thinking about 12 months and executing on yearly basis. So what are the problems with the annualized thinking is that you think that you have a lot of time. That is the basic pitfall of this annualized thinking, that you don't have 12 months for execution. Whenever you're standing in January, you think that December is too far and you can execute upon your goals and you can still keep moving forward. But what is the status in March? In March, you're still lagging and you don't have executed much on whatever you have set your priorities in the month of January, and you're still lagging behind. So there is no perfect review and there is no time. You think you can get caught up with your tasks and your key result areas in later part of the year, but that never actually happens. So what happens, by the time it's October or September, you have almost given up mentally on your dreams and you have almost lost it, where the finish line is just an arbitrary date. So that's why you think you'll see 31st December or 31st of March becomes very important in some of the industry, and that's in the last quarter of the year where most of the things are pulled off and people are extremely busy, and there is no time to procrastinate and there is no time to squander in small talks or gossiping and doing all the things. People are just so focused about their targets, and the targets that have to be met by a particular deadline, because that deadline is the thing which marks the point of success or failure. So that is why this entire thing, that analyzed thinking, is problematic, because you think you have too much of time but actually you're wasting a lot of time. So in the book, author talks about 3 principles and 5 execution disciplines. So the 3 principles are accountability, commitment, and greatness in the moment. So guys, that brings us to the next point, accountability. Accountability is ultimately ownership. A victim is always limited by external events, circumstances, and people. As long as we are a victim of external circumstances, we will never be able to achieve our full potential and will experience life as a struggle and see others as threat. On the other hand, accountability helps us get better control over our life, shape our destiny, and fulfill our potential. In purest form, accountability is nothing but taking ownership of own actions and results. So guys, after covering accountability, we come to commitment. Commitment is a promise that we made to ourselves. When we keep a promise that we made to others, we build strong relationships. When we keep a promise that we made to ourselves, we build character, success, and self-esteem. There are 4 keys to successful commitment. First one being a strong desire. So you need to have a very personal and a compelling reason to stick with things when they get difficult. The second is keystone areas. The keystone areas are your actions that you must perform to attain the goal you are looking forward. So after that comes counting on the costs. So every goal that you want to achieve requires a certain degree of sacrifice on time, a sacrifice of money, sacrifice of your, most importantly, comfort zone, and then you achieve something or the goal you desire in long term. So weighing of the cost of the short term gratification versus the long term results is very important, and you should be mentally prepared for that so you can keep up with your commitments. So the next point here is acting on commitments and not on feelings. The best example of it is hitting the gym every day. So if you just hit the gym when you feel like and not on a regular basis, then I don't think you will make any progress on your body composition or any other aspect of life that you want to achieve. So after a commitment, we come to greatness in the moment. So greatness in the moment is very simple. A moment is all that you have. There is nothing to be done about what is past, and you can't do anything about future because you haven't seen it yet. So even Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders mentioned about this a minute of a soldier or something like that, and that concept struck very hard with me, and that was very fascinating. There are more important things that you can consider in greatness of the moment. Like the best example here is to see any athlete winning an Olympic game. So of course when he received the medal, that is his greatest moment, but you need to see the hard work that he has put in for years and decades in some cases just to achieve that mark. So that is what greatness in the moment means, and that is what the level of commitment you need to have to achieve things 4 times in a year. With that, we wrap up the three principles of 12-week a year. Now coming to the 5 disciplines of execution. 12-week a year tackles both the way you think and actions you take about them. At action level, it concentrates on set of execution principles that help you succeed in your goals. So the first one of them being vision. Without a compelling vision, you will hardly go out of your comfort zone, and your vision is the first level to see where you want to go in future. And without a vision which is greater than your present, there is hardly any compelling reason to come out of your comfort zone and execute on it. So there are 4 phases of every vision. At the beginning, everything seems to be impossible. Then things start becoming possible. From there, it goes to become probable, and ultimately it is given. At the very first level, these all seem to be impractical and unachievable. These are those goals which are most important to you mentally, physically, and spiritually. How much time freedom you want, or how much money you want to make. After this comes a mid-term aspiration which is around 3 years, and these are those things which are based on your long-term aspirations, which you are scoping into your 3-year ambition list, which you feel like executing and achieving those things. So this is the list from which items will take place in your 12-week year plan. So after this mid-term vision comes your ultimate 12-week plan, which I will discuss later in the planning topic, where how to plan your 12-week and execute them. So after vision, the most important thing in execution comes planning. So planning is very important as it clarifies and gives you very focused goals, and it helps you to allocate resources and time for achieving those goals. A good plan fosters solid execution. So this is the part from where this is the part in which you will pull the list from your 3-year vision and place them into your 12-week year, and you will just be focused about achieving them as a whole unit, and you will shock yourself when the results are there. So next come process control. Here I would like to quote Mike Tyson. Everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. So process control is a set of tools and systems that help you when you get hit in the mouth. So basically, if your goals and your plans are designed to achieve your high performance or the most performance out of you, so most certainly there are uncomfortable tasks. So that is the most difficult thing which makes change even more difficult. It's completely different thing to identify what is supposed to be done and actually doing them. So process control helps you with providing tools and systems in achieving your daily goals and hitting your 12-week year target specifically. So what do I mean by tools and system is weekly planning and a weekly review. So whatever you want to do, it has to be planned at least a week ahead, and you need to daily check off how much you are progressing on it, and that's how you manage your next day based upon the performance in the current day. And ultimately, when the week is over, you review yourself. Author suggests to have a peer review, but in my case I did not had a peer review, somebody to help me, so I just reviewed it myself. And keeping a track of your score, your lead indicators and your lag indicators, that is definitely gonna help you with this. Next comes most important thing, measurement. Measurement is just like having a particular data, and that is so much important in making a decision, specifically if it's success or a failure. So measuring your lead and lag indicators is very much important on a weekly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. That depends completely on you and how you pick these things and tailor according to your specifications. Measurement is also very important as it provides a very comprehensive feedback about your actions. Maybe you thought about doing something, and actually whether you are doing it or not is actually, maybe you thought of doing something, but whether you are doing it or not, or whether you have kept your commitments, is very much needed to have as a feedback, and measurement does exactly that same thing. So guys, that brings us to the last point, which is allocation of our time or the time usage. So time is the most important factor, and everything happens in context of time. So if I state, if you're not in control of your time, you're not in control of your results. So mostly people complain about lack of time, and it's so common that it appears to be very real, but actually it's a smoke screen. If I would have to say in terms of author, I would say that it's a smoke screen, and it casts and shadow over the real issue. So the real issue is not lack of time, but how you allocate your time. The most important factor here is time blocking, and you should be aware of this concept of time blocking, where you actually allocate certain blocks of time for doing specific tasks and just focus on them, and you should not quit or you should not go home until the task is actually done. As I already mentioned, so all the tasks or the key result areas of your goals will be discomfort, and will be causing you a lot of difficulty. So you should have a very clear intention for not getting pursued by the distractions and actually focusing on them. So this is a very common phenomenon in our generation, where we are consumed by social media, and there are a lot of distracting apps, and where we get constant streams of notification. So that's how social media is designed to be, and you should be very clear of your intention. Saying no to distraction will be the key at this point, and you will be very intentional about how you focus. So the another point here is dedicating time to your own unique abilities. So that is where your greatness will lie, and you'll achieve everything. Trust me, if you just focus on sharpening your skills and producing the desired output, you'll shock yourself. So with that, we come to the end of our discussion on this topic, on this book, on this particular book. So after every 12 week follows a 13th week. So in this 13th week, you will have the time to assess your past 12 weeks, and you'll get to know your shortcomings, or you'll get to know your score. So anything above 80%, or I'll say 80 to 85%, will be called a success. 100% implementation is very difficult for anybody, especially if you're trying it for the first time. So yeah, before wrapping up the video, I'll just like to say that eventually everybody sits in the banquet of consequences. So choose your actions and intentions very carefully. So we'll meet next time in some other video. Until then, Jai Hind.